of the Canadian Grand Prix await our drivers here in Montreal.
Named after the legendary Canadian driver, the circuit Gilles Villeneuve has been host to plenty of first-time winners. Jean Alesi, Lewis Hamilton, Robert Kubica, and Daniel Ricciardo all got their maiden victories here.
The boy,
Gilles
Ricciardo!
Villeneuve is a quick, free-flowing circuit in parts, with a stop-start aspect thrown in for good measure around the chicanes and hairpin bends. Medium-speed downforce will play a large part in avoiding the wall of champions and ensuring success at this iconic track. The excitement is building, there's electricity in the air, but there's no surprise in that. It's race day.
Okay. Alright. Fine. Oh, now this is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so let's set up both of our drivers for the race start. Boom, boom, boom. We'll underfuel by 1. Okay, underfuel by 1. This is apparently the best strategy for Ricciardo. So this keeps much more life in the tires. I'm not sure how much I agree with the concept. What if I do Dimph, and then bring you back? No. Okay. Okay, alright. So we're gonna set off on a set of mediums for Daniel Ricciardo, and we are gonna stop on lap number 30 for a set of hards. And then for Aerosmith, we have a very confusing... So we could one-stop this. We could one-stop this for Aerosmith, but I have a better idea. If we do this, and then bring you back by 1, and you back by 1. Okay, I think if we do Dimph and Dimph. Okay, this is the faster strategy. Fine. So we're gonna double stop Aerosmith. So we'll call this lap 24. So for a set of mediums, we'll call this lap 24 for a set of softs, and then again on lap 47 for another set of softs. So we're gonna update this strategy here. I think I have 2 spare softs left. So let's look at our tire compounds. So we have 2 sticker softs, sticker mediums, sticker hards, and we have 3 scuffed softs available for Daniel Ricciardo. So in the event of a safety car, we're probably going to dive onto those for a little bit. Can we actually, what happens if we do this? Ooh. Oh, actually, that's not bad. It takes 2 seconds off that then. Okay, let's change that then. So let's say lap 35 onto a set of hards. Lap 35 onto the hards. Okay, and that is a faster strategy. Now, hang on a minute. Just out of curiosity, if we do this, so this gains 1 second. So let's try something similar with this. No, okay, we can't really make that work in the same way. That's a 152 and this is a 151. Fine, okay, fine. We'll keep Aerosmith's strategy same. In terms of compounds she has available, it's the exact same as Daniel Ricciardo. With 2 sets of sticker softs, a set of sticker mediums, a set of sticker hards, and 3 sets of scuffed softs. Plus our wet weather tires, which we will hopefully not need to use. Okay, that is everything all set up from our point of view. It is time to start the Canadian Grand Prix.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. And as we look to Logan Sargent, you can see the focus and concentration.
It's going to be difficult for them. P18. That's going to be tough to make an impression on the race.
Hey, Branco, how you doing?
This should certainly be a good one, folks. The drivers are ready and raring to go. It's the Canadian Grand Prix.
You know, I don't actually know if they ever do start line crashes in this game.
And away we go.
Alright, let's configure our drivers real quickly. Always defend, always attack. Always defend, always attack. Here we go. Okie doke. Wow, we have lost a whole bunch of places, unfortunately, in this here opening lap. Aerosmith is in last place, and Ricardo's dropped one into 20th, so this is really, really not a good start for us at all. Ah, beans. Beans, beans, beans. You're not bad, just enjoying watching you work. me trying to do rapid maths with all of my little fuel calculations and things. Okay, Ricardo? Ricardo sends his regards. Ricardo has gained a place over Esteban Ocon into 19th place. We're actually one of the few teams to not start on soft tires, which is quite interesting. This probably means that a lot of the field are going to be working on double stop strategies, and we saw how a single stop strategy could really work in our favor, particularly for Daniel Ricciardo, who can really look after his tires. At the Team Potato end of the grid, Aerosmith has also found a way past Zhao, so both drivers are now finally into their original positions. Zhao, I think, is making a comeback. He's thinking about it, but that didn't happen. No DRS in the opening lap. He's going to try down the inside during this wall of champions, but he couldn't make it stick, and he is now relegated to 22nd place. Let's see, at the front of this race, Perez is still in the number 1 position. He hasn't lost his pole position. However, Max Verstappen, his teammate, is all over the rear wing of Sergio Perez, with Charles Leclerc in 3rd and Sainz in 4th. Lando Norris is the first of the soft tyre runners, presumably going for a 2-stop strategy, and he is in 5th place, followed by his teammate. Oh, that is a massive mouth. Huh. I'm gonna need to deal with you. Yeah, I'm going to need to deal with you at some point. Oscar Piastri is in 6th place, with Fernando Alonso in 7th. Alexander Albon is a 2.5 seconds off the pace already in 8th, with George Russell hunting him down in 9th. Zhao has found a way past Aerosmith. Let's watch and see how it happened. So that's the DRS open. It's a DRS pass. And he just slowly creeps his way down the inside and finds a way past. He is on the softer tires, so that's not entirely unexpected.
Makes it past.
Oh, but it looks like Aerosmith's actually trying to find a way past. She had the inside line there. Could she make anything happen? No, not really. Not really. So we're coming into DRS zone 2 here. Aerosmith's DRS is now open. She's trying down the inside line. I think she's alongside. She is alongside. Zhao does give space. And she tries to sneak away past, but I think... Oh, now the question is this a double DRS zone? It is a double DRS zone, so coming into the start-finish straight, Aerosmith gets the DRS again and now cements that position in 21st place, or at least for now. Daniel Ricciardo down in 19th place is all over the back of Pierre Gasly.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
That's fair enough, Ricciardo. That is fair enough. So we keep focusing on the pace. So we are just about to come now into the first of 3 DRS zones. So we're going to see Daniel Ricciardo's rear wing open. I don't know if Pierre Gasly got DRS. He did, but Ricciardo got a phenomenal run. I think he's already alongside. Oh, there's wheel to wheel, absolutely wheel to wheel. Ricciardo still has an overlap. He's going around the outside line here. This means he is going to take the double DRS. He sneaks down the inside and he is still going to have DRS. We need to come off of this though.
Keep up the lift off. You're doing a very good job.
Okay, let's go to top up for both of our drivers. We're going to keep on hard tire use for you and top up for you.
Good job, John.
There we go.
Okay.
So Daniel Ricciardo has now gained a place into 18th. We really need to see something interesting happening with Hulkenberg and... not Hulkenberg. Yeah, with Hulkenberg and Albon, because as it stands right now, we're in danger of losing our championship position, which isn't good. Zhao did find a way past Aerosmith. It's probably down a DRS pass. Let's see how it happened. Yeah, there we go. So that is the first DRS zone, or is it the second? Yeah, no, okay, that's the second DRS zone. Coming into the third DRS zone, he gets a double DRS and sails past Raven Aerosmith. Dick. Okay, alright, fine. We can get him back. He is probably going to be on a 2-stop strategy, the same as Aerosmith, so this is for position, although we are getting the harder tires out of the way now. So if we can find a way past Zhao, that is just, you know, gravy. Gasly, unfortunately, coming out of the end of the first DRS zone, does pass Daniel Ricciardo, and it's going to be jobs on Daniel Ricciardo to try and hunt him down. He is going to get the double DRS zone over the start-finish straight, so let's see what Ricciardo does here. Can I control the camera using... No, I thought I might be able to control the camera using the numbers. Wow, so Ricciardo does get the DRS, but he is so far back to Pierre Gasly already. That's quite alarming, actually. It is a double DRS zone, so they come over this one, they dodge the wall of champions. Daniel Ricciardo is in real danger of losing a place to Esteban Ocon here. So Monaco was a phenomenal race result for us, but it does look like we're going to really struggle here in Canada, unfortunately. With Esteban Ocon now all over the back of Daniel Ricciardo. Meanwhile, at the sharp end of the grid, Charles Leclerc has literally just stolen second place from Perez. Perez is trying to come back on the inside line. They are absolutely side by side. And it is an absolute gaggle for second place. Look at this. Look at this absolute gaggle of automobiles. They are wheel to wheel, they're bumping wheels, and that's Carlos Sainz that's got past Perez now, so within a couple of corners, Perez has gone from second place now down into fourth, having to fight off Lando Norris. And Max Verstappen is having to block for the lead of this race. There we go, that's a nice screenshot there. Oof. Yeah, the sharp end of the grid really is a very sharp end of the grid. Double DRS for everybody who has it, so we'll need to see what people can do. And Leclerc, within one lap, has gone from third place into the lead of this race, stealing it from Max Verstappen. And can his teammate Carlos Sainz do anything to join his teammate Leclerc in that position? We will need to see. We will need very much to see. Fine. So what are we on track here for? Oh, Ricciardo found a way past Pierre Gasly. Let's see how that happened. That looked like it was at the end of the double DRS. So here we go, that's the tail end of DRS zone number 3. He steals it down the inside. He has plenty of racing room on the inside, but still manages to make it work. Nice. I honestly wish they recorded more than one voice line for the driver overtakes. Feels silly. Feels a little bit silly. Car behind has DRS, and indeed it does. Pierre Gasly, having just been overtaken, is desperate to try and get back in front of Daniel Ricciardo, and he's actually going to achieve it. He's actually going to achieve it. Daniel Ricciardo, with a bit of a wild swing there, loses the place to Pierre Gasly.
Okay.
But that is going to give Daniel Ricciardo the double DRS zone as they come into DRS zones 2 and 3. So we see Daniel Ricciardo's DRS open, whereas Pierre Gasly's doesn't. Ricciardo's right on the back. He tries the inside line, but blocks. Now tries the outside line. Tries to go wheel to wheel, but has to slot in behind. He is he's wheel to wheel at the corner exit. He is going to get the DRS zone here, but he got a shit run. He got an absolutely rough run, so this is going to be an absolute maelstrom coming into the first corner. Tries to go wheel to wheel. And Ocon's got the inside line now. That's unfortunate for Ricciardo. That's actually really unfortunate for Daniel Ricciardo. But this isn't necessarily his race.
This is my pace.
Because we are one-stopping, whereas everyone on the soft tires at the moment is, I think, going to be two-stopping. So as disappointing as that is in terms of race performance, it's not the end of the world for Daniel Ricciardo. What we need to do is just keep on the back of these Team Alpine cars. We still have a massive maelstrom for the lead of this race. Max Verstappen has retained lead of this race with Leclerc in second and Sainz in third. And as we say that, Leclerc is now side by side in the second DRS zone, which means it's a double DRS zone, so he's going to have DRS again. The cameraman doesn't know really what to like. And Leclerc re-secures the lead of this race for now. Can there be any shift in the order there? Indeed there can, as Perez is wheel to wheel with Sainz for third place. Having been on pole, he was the leader of this race originally, now relegated to fourth. They're still side by side as they come through the opening portion of this lap. And finally, Perez has to slot in to fourth place, but he is going to get the DRS zone here. And
now
Ricciardo.
We can see what happened, and we're watching Daniel Ricciardo.
So Ricciardo with the
And they squeeze
DRS
by.
finds a way past, which is good. So we're past one of them. We've now got the second Alpine to get. This race is still young, so there's plenty of shenanigan rates still to go. Leclerc is in a very tentative lead of this race from Max Verstappen. Perez has dropped right past, but is leading a five-way battle for third place, consisting of Sainz, Norris, Piastri and Alonso. Yuki Tsunoda is 6 seconds behind him in 8th, and George Russell a second and a half behind in 9th, who has just picked up a mechanical issue. Let's try and see what it is. Do we get told?
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like...
No, we do not get told what it is. So he's got an unspecified mechanical issue and is currently fighting off Alexander Albon, who's been relegated into 10th place, which is good for us. That's very good for us. Zhao has managed to find a way past
Right,
Raven
we're at turn 9.
Aerosmith.
That's the location for this one.
And
The
his
opportunity's
DRS is
there.
open. And it's just around the outside at the end of the first DRS zone. Well, around the outside, which gives him
And
the inside for the
Sauber
next
moves
corner.
past.
Dang. Dang, dang, dang. So we're struggling here, actually. We're maybe struggling a bit more than I done thunk that we did, but there's still a 50% chance of safety car. So there is that to consider. Albon has actually caught right back up to the end of George Russell. Hamilton is in 11th from Hulkenberg, Stroll, Bottas, Magnussen, Iwasa, Sargent, and Ricciardo has just gone up into 18th, using the DRS to get past Esteban Ocon. Let's watch a replay and see how it
You're
happens.
doing great.
Is it going to? Yeah.
Here's the
there we go.
replay. Now look, here we head into turn 2.
So DRS
There's
wide
the
open.
opening.
It closes on the braking zone and he just sneaks it down the inside. What a move, what a move, what a
And
move.
Daniel Ricciardo moves up the field.
Nice, okay. So in terms of our race objectives, Daniel Ricciardo is currently the only one who's meeting his race objective. Aerosmith is 2 places behind where we need her to be. Yeah, okay. Fine. So at the end of this lap, which is pretty imminent, we are going to do a fuel lap calculation. Ooh. Aerosmith has got the DRS detection, but it looked like she might not need it. It looked like she was trying to find a way past Zhao without it. She can't slip away down the inside, so she's going to come out of the hairpin there. She's going to have DRS here, and it is a double DRS zone, so if she can get past him before the DRS zone starts, that's going to be quite good. Zhao does a good defensive block there. That's going to let them come side by side, and like I said, this is a double DRS zone. Aerosmith gets past, and there we go. And
Now we're
Ocon
watching Esteban Ocon here.
also
They
on the
decide to give it
DRS.
a go.
I think this is. also manages to find a way past Daniel Ricciardo. And that is a double DRS
And Esteban
zone,
Ocon is
so
able to climb up the pack.
yeah, that's not great. Not great for us. Definitely not great for us. But we only let one of them. Oh no, we let both. Did we let both of them pass? Wait, where's Gasly going? Oh no, okay, Gasly's there. I don't. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking at. So Aerosmith in 21st, Ricciardo in 19th. Fine. So now neither of our drivers are meeting their objectives. The gap at the front has closed up, so Verstappen is now fighting a 5-way battle for first place. Actually, it's now more closer to a 7-car battle for first place between Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Norris, Piastri, and Alonso. With everybody and their dog having DRS except Max Verstappen. And it is an absolute maelstrom. If this keeps up being this intense as a battle for the lead, we may see a safety car sooner rather than later. The good news is that both Hulkenberg and Albon have been relegated from the point, so that's a big relief from our point of view. And we're starting to see Daniel Ricciardo string out a little bit from Esteban Ocon. Oh shit, okay. Lap 10 and a bit. Okay, let's do a fuel delta. So Daniel Ricciardo's delta is, well, it was 2. So delta 2, and Aerosmith is also delta 2. The gap between them is, so 53 for Ricciardo. And I can't see for Aerosmith because Pierre Hammond's in the way.
Okay, that's Ocon ahead of you.
Come on! Get out of the way! Get out of the way! I'm trying to calculate. Get out the fucking way! Can I just close this down? Yeah, okay, there we go.
No concern on tire wear.
Okay, plus 7, so that's going to be 46. Fine. Okay, so we divide this by 2, so 23 laps. So 23 plus 11.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
So Aerosmith is going to get overtaken on
Keep
lap
the head
30. She's going to get lapped on lap 34. And Ricciardo is going to be 26. Yeah, Ricciardo, I reckon, is going to get lapped on lap 36. That is my current.
Okay, very good.
That is my current prediction. Okay, so
Ahead
Ricciardo.
of us is Sargent.
This is going to be a double DRS overtake for Daniel Ricciardo, and indeed it is. This is the third of 3 DRS zones, and he just steals it down the inside. It's been such a cat and mouse game between Daniel Ricciardo and actually both of the Alpine cars.
Nice.
Alrighty. Nice. Okay, fine. So Ricciardo's back into 18th place, and Aerosmith is still retaining her 21st place. Our pit stops don't come until lap 24. But we're starting to see the... actually, everyone on the soft tires is kind of holding on to their tires quite well. So we need to see how this goes. Daniel Ricciardo is currently riding the struggle bus like an absolute champ. He's being hounded by these 2 Alpines. Although this gap has not come down by 1 second. Which isn't the worst thing in the world. Oh, Daniel Ricciardo is defending hard under the DRS zone from Esteban Ocon, who tried the inside line but couldn't make it work. That's allowed his teammate to get around the outside of him. And despite the fact that they've got the DRS advantage, that infighting between the teams... Oh, Ricciardo. Oh, wow, what a move. What a move from Esteban Ocon. So he's gained 2 places through that DRS zone. So that's a really impressive move from Esteban Ocon
Honestly, I don't
to
think we can
retake
do
that
much more.
18th place. And the cat and mouse game
Okay, keep it
continues.
clean. Focus on the pace.
Yeah, cat and mouse game continues. Aerosmith is in 21st place, still being hounded by Zhao Gangyu. As they come into a DRS zone here, we'll need to see if he can find a way past. He is all over the back of Aerosmith, but yeah, he definitely can't seem to find a way past as yet, so this is good. We are about to hit into a ad break in a couple of minutes time, you know. As always, I do apologize for the ads.
Okay,
However,
head down. We keep focusing.
it does keep me TOS compliant, which does keep me, you know, continuing to be able to stream on Twitch, and you know, bearing with the adverts does help support the channel as well. So, in a couple of minutes time, yeah, you're gonna see 2 minutes of adverts, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side of that. Yellow flag somewhere, and Stroll.
2 cars out.
Oh, Stroll's had a nasty crash.
We have possible debris.
Let's see what happened there.
So let's try and piece this
Now,
together.
this was on the straight. The gap opens up for them.
So Daniel Ricciardo gets past, and then somewhere in front of us, we're going to start
And
to
the
see yellow
overtake is
flags. Okay, hopefully we get to see the car crash notice. So what happened there? So it's Hulkenberg, Stroll. Oh, and that side pod damage.
Big contact.
Yeah, that is big. That is big contact. Having said that, Stroll does look like he's gotten away without damage, although there is an icon. There is an icon that's missing there, which is weird. So Sainz has developed an issue, and actually you can see. Hang on a minute. I'll try and pause at the same time. Whenever the camera stops being fucking absolutely all over the shop. But we can actually see, there you go, you can actually see that Lance Stroll is missing the front portion of his front wing. So when they come in for a pit stop, they're probably going to need to change this front wing in order to look after his car. Yeah, so Stroll's probably going to be losing aero, and he hit into Hulkenberg, whose tires... He got lucky there, Hulkenberg, I think. Yeah, I think Hulkenberg did very definitely get quite lucky there. I actually thought that was probably going to be a safety car. Wow, yeah, Stroll's limping. Stroll's limping quite hard. He might actually dive into the pit lane for his new front wing here. If I was him, I would actually probably toss it into the pits for a new front wing. That's exactly what they are doing. Something's broken with this because it's not telling me that he's in the pits, and it normally would be.
Okay.
Oh, they've retired.
Alrighty.
He's retired. Ah. Wow, okay.
That's okay.
So that damage might be more serious than initially thought. So into the pit lane, Lance Stroll retires from this race. God dang. It is midnight. Who is messaging me? So the cat and mouse game between the Alpines and the Sauber is still going on. Ah, okay. It's not an important message, that's fine. So yeah, this race is definitely still in its infancy. We're probably going to be looking at coming into the first round of pit stops fairly soon for our first, for our soft tire runners. We're probably going to be looking at their pit stops around about lap 20. Lap 24 is our first scheduled pit stop. This battle at the front has strung out just a little bit, so Perez is now in the lead of this race, followed by Charles Leclerc, with Verstappen in third outside of DRS zone, but he's being hounded by the two McLarens. Yellows again. That's Bottas and Magnussen, I think, have had it coming together. Oh, Bottas and Magnussen have just had a nasty coming together. Let's see how it happened. This is basically identical to the first one, isn't it? Oh no, front to rear contact. Oh! And Magnussen's got rear wing damage. So both Haas cars are just getting quite royally bullied in this race. And so Bottas is almost certainly going to have some form of damage at the front. His rear wing... yeah, so he's missing his front wing end plate is Bottas. And Magnussen with damage to his rear wing that is not going to be fixable during the race. So there you have it. There you have it. So investigation and collision involving both cars, and it's a racing incident, so no penalties have been given. Iwasa's caught back up to the end of this train, so yeah, we can see how being in clear air is pretty important. The cat and mouse game for 17th place is still going
We now
on.
have Ocon behind us.
Yeah, still going on between Riccardo Gasly and Ocon, and the cat and mouse game for last place is also still going on, with Aerosmith currently being the one in the lead here, but as she comes into the DRS zone, we're going to see Zhao have his DRS open for the double DRS zone as they come down the penultimate straight. He tries to move down the inside, but Aerosmith blocks. He tries to go around the outside, and he's had to back right out of it. He is going to open his rear wing for the double DRS zone, but Aerosmith has to run over the start-finish straight, and that is probably going to allow her to keep a hold of that position unless he gets a mighty run, which he does not. Interestingly, Gasly has been able to pull away a bit from Daniel Ricciardo, which is a little bit concerning. That's not something we particularly wanted to see. So now Ocon has DRS on Daniel Ricciardo. It's within 2 seconds. That can be gained or lost within a couple of laps. So that's actually a mighty lap from Pierre Gasly. That is actually the fastest lap out of the runners from the previous lap. Oh, except Piastri's just finished a lap there. It's really funny if I put my face away for a second there. You can see all the front runners are actually in this really close gaggle at the lead of the race. And so this is a race of 2 halves on the map. So Perez is fighting off against Leclerc, Piastri is fighting off against Norris and Verstappen, Sainz is fighting off against Alonso. There's lots of good little scraps going on throughout this race. Trying to decide who to keep an eye on is actually proving quite challenging indeed. I wonder if Bottas is going to try and repair his front wing during a pit stop. That would be quite interesting to see. And wow, Gasly is absolutely tearing away from Daniel Ricciardo. Do you know what I think we need to do? I think we need to try and catch them up.
You can use overtake if you need.
Let's just go neutral rather than top up. And let's see what we can build up. George Russell has a worsening mechanical fault in the Mercedes. And so that sounds like ERS deployment he is having a particular issue with. So that basically means this battery recovery system is not delivering energy into the wheels, which isn't ideal. We now do see Zhao Ganyu manage to squeeze past Raven Aerosmith at the end of the first DRS straight, but this is going to give Aerosmith the double DRS, so we should see something happen here. So there's the DRS board there, so as soon as you cross this line, we're going to see Aerosmith's DRS open, and just as I predicted in about 4 laps ago, that the first round of pit stops for the soft runners were going to be approximately around about lap 20. And that is kind of what we are seeing. So despite the double DRS though, Aerosmith really hasn't been able to get past.
And
Magnussen.
what's that? A pit stop issue.
Oh, Magnussen's race is just going from bad to worse. So they can't fix that wounded rear wing. That is just something he is going to have to put up with. Hulkenberg is going to be the next in the pits, I imagine. We'll just have to see how this goes. So Ocon's gone in. Yeah, okay. So it's now lap 20, so how are we doing for fuel usage? Fine. So we need to get down to minus 1.2 by race end. I think if we get to lap 30, and we haven't really seen a safety car, we'll probably go ahead and put our fuel mapping to conserve. We'll see how it goes. So Raven Aerosmith did find a way past Zhao. Zhao does have the double DRS. He's thinking about the inside, but can't make it happen. And that is going to compromise his run out of the line. So Aerosmith and Ricardo are now running 16th and 17th together. It's a bit of a misnomer though, because Ricardo's on a one-stop strategy, but Aerosmith is on 2. So Ricardo's probably a little bit higher than these guys. And Aerosmith's probably in the right position for where she needs to be. So we're in here for the undercut. I don't really want to take the undercut here. We're actually doing quite well with... We're actually doing quite well at holding onto these tires, which is quite interesting to see. Didn't necessarily massively anticipate that one. If a safety car comes out now, we want both of our drivers to pit. Yeah, we definitely want both of our drivers to pit. As it stands just now, I'm kind of tempted to run Aerosmith long. Because her race pace is okay. We're keeping Zhao behind us. This is huge. I think we just keep Ocon behind us as well. Yeah, I might see how that goes. So we're now within pit window for Aerosmith. So yeah, we'll try and go long for her. So Hulkenberg is now out of the pits on a set of hards. So he is definitely doing that one-stop strategy. He's going to try to go to the ends. I think Ricardo's probably going to end up having an advantage over him. Let's get past Hulkenberg. This is going to help Ricardo's race if we can get past Hulkenberg now. So let's give Aerosmith the juice. And see if we can't find a way past Nico Hulkenberg. So she's using the ERS. She's trying to get past him. She does have the DRS. Oh, that was an absolute shit block overtake there. Lots of cars pitting now. So Aerosmith has the double DRS on Nico Hulkenberg. Nico Hulkenberg does have much newer tires. But we're going to give Aerosmith the ERS to try and keep in front. I think she's going to do it. She has to be brave, but I think she needs to do it. Okay, oh, they're still side by side. Hulkenberg actually runs wide over the curbs. That's maybe going to damage his underfloor, actually. But that was huge. That was really, really important for Aerosmith. Brilliant. So this is going to slow up Hulkenberg, and this is going to just protect Ricardo's race. So that was a great maneuver. Really happy with the fact that we were able to get past, despite the fact his tires are like twice as fresh as ours. He's going to try and come back though, and he does have the grip, even though he's got the harder compounds, to make it happen. I think my only real hope is for Zhao to try and catch up onto the back of this little freight train. But we'll need to see here. Okay, so 1.7. Yeah, brilliant. So even with the DRS, we're keeping him behind. We are eating our ERS to do so, but for just a couple more laps, I'm pretty happy with how this is going. It's a really helpful drive from Aerosmith. Perez has now pitted from the lead of this race. And he's going on to a set of softs. So I actually thought he was going to be one-stopping, but he seems to be two-stopping. Which is going to be interesting, because there's no way those softs are going until the end of the race. So that's maybe caught me off guard just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Let's try and catch up to Valtteri Bottas, huh? Let's have Ricardo eat his
Overtake available.
his ERS.
Okay.
Yeah. God, that's a massive move. Oh, actually, Bottas is in the pit, so it doesn't really massively matter. Yeah, it doesn't really massively matter. Well, let's just see what we can... Well, no, let's just keep him on neutral. Let's just keep Ricciardo on neutral. We're gonna ignore that one. Fine. Okay, let's eat our tires. So let's try and get past. So Hulkenberg has finally found a way past Aerosmith, which makes sense. We're going to eat tires, and we're going to pit onto this set of softs. We're not going to do it this lap. We're going to do it next lap, and we're going to go onto this set of softs. Unless there's a safety car. Unless there's a safety car this lap, and in which case everything changes. But as it stands right now, I just want to burn tires, and I want to burn ERS. Actually, I don't really care about ERS, all things considered. But I just want to keep onto the back end of Hulkenberg for 2 laps. And see how this goes. So lots of pit stops happening just now. Hey Sneaks, how's it going? It's always confusing because like my chat is up here, but my camera is over here. So if you see me looking at here, I'm actually looking at you, but I'm looking over there because that's where your words are. How you doing? You having a good night? Or good morning, I guess it is for you.
Right in the pits.
Oh, and helping us monumentally, Alexander Albon's had an issue, so he comes in to replace his softs for some mediums, and it's this bit front right. Front right is absolutely struggling.
What was that?
Yeah, so that was a new tire on issue there for Alexander Albon. That is going to cost him time, and that is going to quite firmly put him a lot closer to Daniel Ricciardo. Once we make our pit stop, well, he's 2 stopping, so yeah, I still think there's potential. I still think there's a potential for a good result for this race, quietly. Not for Aerosmith, but for Ricciardo, I think there definitely is. You're going good, you just woke up, so still sleepy. That is fair. That is fair. I always forget how long these streams actually go on for, because these races go on for quite a while, so, you know, normally I would have finished stream about 20 minutes ago, but we're still going. We're only about a quarter of the way through this race, so yeah. Okay, Aerosmith. Oh wow, okay, Jesus Christ. So Hulkenberg managed to get past. Huh. Okay. That was unanticipated. Are we pitting this lap? Yeah, okay, so Aerosmith is diving into the pits here. Fine, in pit, okay. Alright, we need a good stop. We need a good stop. We need a really good stop. I'm not necessarily sure we're gonna get it, but we need a good stop. So our team's ready, we're gonna go onto the soft tires. It's an issue again! 7 seconds. Okay, Aerosmith's race is ruined. Every single pit stop without fail is just unacceptably long. Well, we can rule out Aerosmith. Her race is done. That's basically ruined us, unfortunately. Okay. I suppose the good news is that we have been lapped, so we're definitely working to our -1 fuel strategy now. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen to Ricciardo, because that would be not entirely bueno. Okay, we want to try and keep a Wasa behind us, so let's deploy our ERS.
Overtake available.
Okay.
That's so disappointing. Honestly, this season is starting to become our pit crew is letting us down. You know, there's been a couple of bad drives. There's only been 1 or 2 crashes, but for the most part, we are losing positions and failing to get ourselves into overtaking opportunities because our pit crew is letting us down.
I can feel it start to work.
Which is no bueno. No bueno. Alright, so Ricciardo's current objective is to try and keep Iwasa behind him. We are working towards... Oh, well that didn't last long at all. Oh no, okay, we still kept behind. Iwasa's going to have the double DRS though here, so this is probably going to be quite a mighty lap from Iwasa. How are we doing for driver confidence? Okay, actually both of our drivers are feeling pretty confident at the moment, which is quite good. So Iwasa has the DRS, Daniel Ricciardo is blocking that inside line, which is good. Iwasa's not going to try and fight it. And as I've said about 300 times during the course of the racing... ah, fuck, okay. Yeah, fine. That was kind of inevitable. Oh, well, Ricciardo's coming past her side by side. But eventually he does have to concede place to Iwasa, which is not entirely unexpected.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
That is absolutely fine. Yeah, so as I've said about 100 times before, the longer we can keep cars with fresher tyres behind us, the more tyre wear they have to burn, which does ruin their race somewhat. Fine. Okay, so once again, Zhao and Aerosmith are together. That has come full circle. Ricciardo and Iwasa are side by side. Unfortunately, this means that Iwasa is going to have the double DRS here as they come into the penultimate and the start-finish straight.
So currently P11.
So we'll need to see how this goes for them. Meanwhile, at the lead of this race, as we approach lap 30, we have Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, who is currently leading Oscar Piastri in second, with Lando Norris in third. Carlos Sainz has just been overtaken by Fernando Alonso, who's gone into fourth place. Sainz relegated to fifth, with Perez trying to catch up to the pair of them in sixth. Verstappen is in seventh, having pitted for hard tyres, and Hamilton is approaching his first pit stop in eighth. Russell is half a second behind in ninth, with Yuki Tsunoda in 10th place, the last of the point finishers. Daniel Ricciardo is 22 seconds behind them, trying to fight off Iwasa in the RB Racing, with Alexander Albon 3 seconds adrift in 13th, fighting off Nico Hülkenberg. Esteban Ocon is in 15th, fighting off Pierre Gasly, with Bottas kind of on his own in 17th, Sargent on his own in 18th, Magnussen definitely on his own in 19th, and Zhao and Aerosmith still having that cat and mouse game jostling for position. So lots of like 2-on-2 fights up and down the track, except the battle for the lead, I suppose, which is now a three-way battle for the lead between Leclerc, Piastri and Norris. We'll see how this develops. We're planning a pit stop on lap 35, which is a halfway point of this race. If there was a safety car now, we pit Ricciardo immediately for a set of tyres, and we go for the one stop. We've seen 2 collisions so far this race. Also, lap 30, so we're on 1.4. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Iwasa.
Alrighty.
Oh no, it's not Iwasa, it's Albon.
No problem.
Okay, this is getting a little bit cat and mousey.
Hülkenberg 2.3 behind.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit cat and mousey here for 11th, 12th and 13th. Albon's a very fast car. We've seen him in the point scoring positions during this race, but he has dropped out it for the moment. Hülkenberg is still carrying some battle damage there, and Albon with the DRS does unfortunately get past Daniel Ricciardo, but Daniel Ricciardo is going to have the double DRS here. I actually haven't done a lap prediction in a while. Okay, so the delta is 2.5, 18, 4. So 8 laps. I'm still predicting Daniel Ricciardo to get lapped before lap 40 is my official prediction at the moment, especially when we're coming for that bar pity stop.
2.5 ahead.
But for just now, we're doing okay. We're just trying to avoid Hülkenberg overtaking us. Hulkenberg is going to the end of this race, so I think he is probably one of our main competition. I don't think Iwasa or Albon is going to be able to go to the end of the race. There is a chance Hamilton can go to the end of the race, because if you're careful, these tyres can last for 35 laps, because that's exactly what we're doing with Daniel Ricciardo. And you know, if you're even careful than that, they could potentially last up to 40. So there is a chance Hamilton may try to go to the end of the race on these tyres. We'll need to see how that goes. Aerosmith in 20th place is still fighting off Zhao Ganyu. I'm actually going to give you some ERS. Try and get out of him. And Zhao's picked up a mechanical fault. That's interesting. Can we see what it's got?
They've got a fault with the car.
Okay, so we can't tell what the nature of the fault is, but there is a mechanical fault for Zhao Ganyu in 21st place. That might hand Aerosmith a little bit more of an advantage to beans. That might give Aerosmith a bit more of an advantage to extend that gap. Oh god, they got really slow in that corner. Ocon's caught right up to the back of Ricardo. Yeah, Hulkenberg. I think something's happened that Hulkenberg's lost a lot of tyre wear, maybe he locked up or something and it wasn't reported. But yeah, maybe not actually so sure he makes it to the end of the race now on those tyres. I'd be quite surprised if he did. Who hasn't stopped yet? So, Leclerc and Norris hasn't stopped. Sainz hasn't stopped. Piastri is stopping. George Russell hasn't stopped. And Ricciardo's the last of the runners to not stop. So Ocon has caught up to the back of us here, which will allow them to hopefully start infighting.
Keep looking after your tires. You did a very good job.
Start infighting a little bit and maybe prevent Daniel Ricciardo from getting overtaken. I'm not sure I see that happening. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so Ocon sneaks past both of those cars, and then Hulkenberg gets past as well. Okay, fine. What are we on?
Okay, head down, no problem.
I'm somewhat reluctant. Yeah, okay. They're all in a different race, so I'm somewhat reluctant to bring Ricardo in now.
Understood.
I want to stick to the plan, because I think a lot of the people around us are two-stopping, which I don't think is necessarily going to work as well. Okay, Aerosmith has not been able to pull away from Zhao Ganyu. Let's just go back to top-up mode. Okay, so where do we come out on Daniel Ricciardo? So 22 seconds.
Magnussen starting to struggle.
Oh, Magnussen's picked up a fault. Fine. I think we're probably going to come out probably in front of Aerosmith, actually. Which means we may actually be a lap down, which does make sense. My mathematical prediction... my mathematical prediction is between lap 35 and 38. Gasly
So we just have to get head down.
Yeah,
And directly behind you is Bottas. Bottas,
Did you know that you adore Sneaky Shadower? Oh my god, there she is! She is indeed here. Yeah, so we're really, really struggling with race performance in this one. Yeah. This isn't great. Wow. Yeah, okay.
Head back down, we stay in the rhythm. Directly behind you is Sargent.
Ricardo loses a place to Bottas. We are struggling. We're struggling. The only thing in my mind is that they are on the double stop, which nets us like a free 18 seconds. Not really necessarily too sure it's enough, because yeah, we are just struggling on this here race pace, which is unfortunate. It looks like Aerosmith still hasn't caught a break. No, Aerosmith is still riding the struggle bus. Yeah. Yeah, she's now out of DRS zone on Zhao. Well, actually, no, she's got back into the DRS zone, but she missed the detection, which is a big problem, so she doesn't get DRS here, so she's only got the aerodynamic toe to try and catch up into the back of Zhao. So, yeah, okay, I need to see how that goes. Okay, let's box Ricardo. Let's get onto the set of hards. So let's just destroy these tires.
Box.
We don't need to hold on to them for anything.
Okay,
So yeah,
I'll
let's
box this lap.
destroy these tires, put in the fastest lap that we
Let's
can,
try to clear him as quick as we can.
and we'll get onto these hard tires. And we're gonna watch Daniel Ricciardo because we have to hope. We have to hope this doesn't become another failed pit stop, because of our last 3 green flag pit stops, all of them have been failures with issues. We've had a 4 second, a 4 second, and a 7 second. So fingers crossed. Let's see how we do. Let's see how we do. Another car has picked up an issue. That was like, actually I don't know who that was. Oh, it last it is now has picked up an issue. Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed. It's a good stop. It's not a fast stop, but there's no issues with it. And so this sends us out now. And so now all of these, so Magnussen stops again, Sargent stops again, Bottas stops again, Gasly stops again. Oh, yellows, what's happened? Ah, it's Aerosmith. Aerosmith just
And we're
completed
watching
her
the action
overtake
closely here.
on Zhao
Nothing wrong
Ganyu,
so far.
and she just screws
The
up her
brakes couldn't
braking.
cope. Now they did leave it very late.
That's a problem. So we are miles back from Ganyu, Zhao Ganyu now. Yeah, 4 seconds we lost. Oh, that is rough. That is rough. So we have come out in, we've come out in 19th place for Daniel Ricciardo. But if we go to the leader interval, well, actually no, if we do this one. So 19 seconds is a thing, so that's 15, oh okay, so we're basically working like 16th place. George Russell's in the pits and back out again. And he is about to get absolutely swamped by Bottas. Actually no, Bottas backs out of it. Yeah. Okay, so actually the one-stop strategy might not have worked, because we're only realistically going to gain 2 places from this, and Williams is in the points, so they're gonna claim points when we don't. So this isn't good. We are working to minus 1.2 on our fuel strategy, so all we need to do is hold this fuel level, and actually we're going to be okay until the end of the race. So what that means is, as we work towards the final stages to the race, I might be able to give some extra engine mapping to our drivers in order to be able to try and gain positions. Actually, we're already gaining on Magnussen. Let's see what happens with these oh, that fucking moth. That's a fucking monster moth. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if it passed right in front of me. I don't know if it actually fucking passed in front of me. It did, I just saw it on my test screen. That's a fucking monster moth. I've got all my windows open because it's been so hot in Scotland, even at nights. But like, I don't have like fly netting or things. So the world's fattest moths have been getting into my house the last couple of days. So yeah, it's a bit miserable. Speaking of miserable, Aerosmith is currently relegated into 21st place, and she's 7 seconds adrift off of Zhao. Yeah, that pit stop really fucked us. The only way that we get back into this is for Zhao to have a pit stop. That lockup actually damaged our tires quite a fair bit. We've left in quite a fair bit of give, so I might bring this forward a lap and pull us in lap 26. I think in the event of a safety car, I would pit now on Aerosmith for a set of hards. I don't actually know what I would do for Daniel Ricciardo. Probably need to keep him on that same strategy. Yeah, kind of a tricky one actually. This would be a really shit time for a safety car. Now that I've just said that, I'm probably gonna get one. Oh wow, the two McLarens are fighting for position. So they've just taken over. They've just overtaken Daniel Ricciardo on blue flags. And with Lando Norris having the DRS, he's trying to find a way past his teammate Oscar Piastri. Doesn't seem like he's really able to close that distance down even with the DRS. And Daniel Ricciardo is about to get blue flagged again to the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. So who has all stopped now? Yeah, everybody has stopped. Everybody has stopped. Fine. So same as Monaco, there is once again a mixture of people that are on 1 and 2 stop strategies. The 1 stop strategy really worked for us in Monaco, but I actually really think we're going to struggle for it to work here. We'll just need to see. We will just need to see. Anyway, we're not going to focus on our drivers anymore because they're kind of in a race on their own for a little bit. Let's focus on Valtteri Bottas, who's currently fighting off George Russell and Pierre Gasly for 14th place. I say that as he actually just kind of drops Pierre Gasly just a little bit with Russell now right on the tail end of them. Russell's about to come up to the DRS zone. He's probably going to have the DRS detection. He's going to try and get past beforehand, but can't quite do it. They're going to come out of this little chicane here into the DRS zone. You're going to see George Russell's DRS open, and indeed it is. Going to try and get alongside, which he is. It's going to give him the inside line, but the outside line for the next corner, and he has no choice but to slot in behind. So Russell tried the overtake there, but couldn't make it happen. Let's see what happens during the double DRS zone. What, if anything, happens at the double DRS zone? No, even with the double DRS, so Pierre Gasly actually managed to catch up to the back end of Valtteri Bottas just enough to be able to get the DRS as well, and that partially nullifies George Russell's advantage. Tried for a late dive down the inside line, but could not make it work. God, I thought I heard like a thump as if somebody just hit the wall. So we've now got a three-way battle for 14th place. Once again, it seems that Bottas keeps falling back into the clutches of Gasly, but then pulling away from him. So there's a lot of kind of cat and mousing going over here for 15th place. Let's see, further up the order, we still have a very heated battle for 3rd place between Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. And the 2 McLarens are just coming into the first of the 3 DRS zones. So through the chicane, you're going to see Lando Norris's DRS open. Let's take it from his perspective. So you can see the overspeed, but he just doesn't have the distance to really get up behind him so much. Also, boom. Screenshot. So these two are neck and neck. You see Esteban Ocon into the pits for his 2nd stop. It's going to be really curious to see where Ocon comes out. Oh, he's going to come out well. Yeah, we're not even out of the hairpin yet for there. Dang, this is a rough race. We're kind of getting destroyed in this race. Yeah. That is No bueno. That is absolutely no bueno. So Ocon comes out in 16th place, and that is his second stop. So he is going to the end of the race on this tire. So barring incident, he is going to finish ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. He is more than 15 seconds up the road from Daniel Ricciardo. So that's just not great. That is not great at all. We have somebody, is that Alonso? Yeah, we've got Alonso that Daniel Ricciardo can pick up the DRS from, which is at least something that's quite good. Just because you're not racing them for position, if you're within 1 second to the car in front, it doesn't matter if they are 1 place ahead of you or 10 places ahead of you, you will get your DRS. So we can use this to try and whiffle down the distance to Kevin Magnussen, which indeed we actually have done quite a fair bit. So what I might do is I might give Daniel some fuel and some ERS, and let's see if we can't use the fact that that Hulkenberg, no, that is Kevin Magnussen. Let's see if we can't use the fact that Magnussen is going to get blue flagged and has rear wing damage in order to try and sneak our way past. It's all going to come down to when... Oh, wow, we're almost unlapping ourselves on Alonso. God, that's not what you want to do, Ricardo. God damn it. No, that is not what I want to do. So we might be able to eke out a wee free position here, which would be interesting. We just need to see. So Ricardo is within a second of Magnussen, which means that Alonso is within half a second of Magnussen. And we didn't see it because the cameras are dog shit in this place, but we did get the overtake. Just coming into another ad break, folks. Once again, ads are frustrating, but you know, keeps me TOS compliant, which keeps the stream up, and the ads do help support the channel. So hopefully you can bear with them for 2 minutes. I'll see you on the other side of that. For now, though, so yeah, we have passed Magnussen. We're now well clear of Magnussen. So let's go back to top-up mode, and we're actually going to put our engine mapping back to normal.
Okay, understood.
So we gained place there, and Magnussen's going to have to stop again. So this is good. Wait, is that? Oh god, okay. Alonso ended up behind Ricardo? How did such a thing happen? How did such a thing happen? Yeah, Aerosmith is unfortunately still suffering the effects of that really, like, horrific pit stop that we had. So we now have an interesting little gaggle here for 14th place that does consist of a lapped car that is going to start nullifying people's advantages. God, these Red Bull cars look really good. So do the McLarens. And we now see Valtteri Bottas in the pit. I expect he is going to... Yeah, he's definitely going to come out way in front of us because we're still at the hairpin here. Unless it's a slow stop. That would be a bit of a thing. That's not a slow stop. That is not a slow stop at all. So we are following Alonso. Yeah, we're following Alonso, which is giving us free DRS and things. And this puts us out 6 seconds behind Bottas. Who's getting blue flagged, I suppose? That's quite an interesting conundrum here. I mean, we're still on race target for Daniel Ricciardo. When Sargent pits, Sargent's going to come out behind us, so that's going to give us a bit of security. But failing another, like, safety car or anything along those lines, yeah, I don't see that. I don't see we're going to really be doing too much here. Anything can happen. I feel sorry for Aerosmith. Like, we are really in a point where we are being let down by our pit crews. We're starting to see it be quite cloudy. Let's just sense check the weather. Okay, 5% chance of rain, but yeah, okay. Nothing doing. That is a Mercedes coming up behind. Yeah, so that's McLaren who's overtaken Aerosmith. Fine. When is our pit stop? We brought it forward by a lap, so it's coming up probably next lap, I reckon. And Zhao's in the pits. Zhao is in the pits. So, you know what this means? Let's push, push, push. And we are going to pit this lap for our final set of softs. So I want to try and just nail a really fast lap here. And hopefully, so Zhao, it looked like, had a fairly good stop there, all things considered. So, yeah, there's that yellow somewhere. Is it Ricardo that spun?
We've
Yellow
got
flag.
a yellow flag here.
No, it was a Wassa. The game
Now
has a
we're
really...
approaching turn 2.
There it is.
And round they go.
Oh, that's
and
unfortunate.
ultimately, just unable to bring the car under control.
Yeah, this game has a really bad habit of having drivers spin, but then the game tells you it's your driver that spun, and it just isn't. So with the damage now to Iwasa's hard tires, he may be forced to take another pit stop again. Okay, so we are coming into the pit lane now. Let's see where it is. So we should probably... Oh God, we need a good stop. We need a good stop if we're going to reclaim anything from Aerosmith's race. Also, Screeny. I want a better one than that. Doop, doop. There we go. Nice looking Formula 1 car I have. I'm happy with the way it turned out. Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed for a good stop. 2.6. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so we're still last. We just need to see where we come out. We're being overtaken by Albon. Oh wow, we're being absolutely we're being absolutely freight trained by quite a number of cars. Actually, does this mean we're 2 laps down now? Oh, we are 2 laps down. Okay. So actually, we're now working to strategy -2. So as long as we... Oh, so hang on, where's -2? So 40, 50, 50... Minus 1.9. Okay, yeah, so we can just gun it with the engine. Let's just... So we're 11 seconds behind Zhao. Let's see if we can just keep on the back of these guys. And just... Let's fucking see what happens, huh? Let's see what happens. Looking at Daniel Ricciardo's race, 17th looks like it's the best that we're going to finish. We did gain a place by... Well, we gained 2 places by Sargent and Magnussen's pit stop. Gasly has to pit again, but I think it's going to be really touch and go where he comes out. Iwasa's definitely going to have to pit again after his little spin. Alexander Albon is having a fantastic race. Although I think this second stop is probably going to punt him quite far down. Yeah, that's a pretty good stop, all things considered. I don't know if we're going to get any points in the world, the fastest pit stop championship for that 2.62. Maybe. It's an alright stop. It's not blistering. Normally you're looking at 2.5 seconds is fast and 2.4 seconds is phenomenal. Of course, I think the fastest pit stop ever recorded is 1.9 seconds. So, you know, there is that. Yeah, there's that. How's Daniel Ricciardo doing? Okay, he's not really... We're kind of in a race of our own here. Going to the end. I quite like that we're keeping above this line though, because keeping above this line means we're going to have more tyre wear that I might be able to burn towards the end of the race. So that might be a good one to keep in mind. Let's just do top up and see what we can do for Aerosmith. Once we get to 100%, we can always just go to neutral and see what it is. At the angry end of the grid with 20 laps to go, Max Verstappen is in the lead of this race with Sergio Perez now pitting again. Lando Norris moves up into third with second, with Oscar Piastri in third. Leclerc moves up to fourth courtesy of the pit stop. And Carlos Sainz is potentially not going to gain a position because Perez is out. So Sainz is in 6th with Alonso in 7th. Hamilton is in 8th, who is absolutely on his own, as is Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, and Iwasa is fighting off George Russell for 11th place. And indeed, George Russell does get past. Iwasa's going to have to pit again. Gasly's going to have to pit again in 13th. Ocon is going to the end of the race in 14th. Bottas is in 15th, going to the end of the race, as is Alexander Albon. 11 seconds behind him is our very own Daniel Ricciardo, with Logan Sargent in 18th. Magnussen is 19th, who is fighting off Zhao Gan Yu. This battle may come to a head at some point. And Aerosmith is absolutely on her own at the very end of the race in 21st place, courtesy of an absolute catastrophic pit stop. Hamilton comes out of his pit stop in 9th. We do have a battle for second place between the McLaren teammates. This battle has basically been going on for the entirety of the race. And Iwasa and Russell are still fighting, although they are about to be lapped. So who's all been lapped then? Wow, okay, fine. So even the point scorers have been lapped. The good news is that Hülkenberg has to pit again, so Hülkenberg isn't going to get points. So that's fine. Just as long as the Alpines don't score points, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with how this is panning out just now. So at 19 seconds, that's going to be 5, 7, 9... 11. Okay, it's really touch and go about whether Gasly is going to be faster than Ricciardo. I think when we see him getting ready to dive into the pit lanes, we're just going to absolutely gun it. Okay, we're at the end of what I can allow. So the -2 strategy is -1 point. Well, actually, no, we can keep going for a bit. Keep going for a bit.
Update on tires when you can.
So here we go. This is Iwasa dropping into the pit. Of course, Gasly could also have a pit stop issue.
Okay, tires are still okay.
So this could be fascinating. So Iwasa onto a set of softs with 17 laps to go until the end of this race. He is going to come out now, well ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. But not as ahead as I might expect. 5 seconds. Yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. This is going to be quite interesting. Where is Verstappen compared to Ricciardo? Fine, I'm not sure Ricciardo gets lapped twice. I'm not sure he gets lapped twice before the end of the race. It might happen, but I don't necessarily see it. Let's go to neutral ERS use. Probably for both of our drivers. And let's give Daniel Ricciardo some feel mapping.
Roger.
Okay, Bottas and Gasly are fighting, which is good to see, although hopefully Gasly doesn't use his newfound DRS to overtake them. Actually, Gasly's dropping back quite far. So hang on, so this is, let's call it 2, 9 is 11, and 3 is 14. So actually Gasly, we're probably going to get a free position on one of these Alpines. We do have yellows again. Not necessarily seeing what the cause was. It was Pierre Gasly.
But this
Okay.
is what
Oh,
happened.
okay.
Now just keep your eyes on Gasly here. And that won't help their chances.
Through
Well,
the
hopefully
grass.
not a sign of things to come.
So through the grass for Pierre Gasly is definitely going to cost him some time. So yeah, I think we do gain another free position here. Jesus Christ, I thought that sounded like a very unwell car from somebody. 2.2 for Aerosmith's fuel use, so we're going to go back to balanced. We can only go less than 2.2 once we get after lap 60. Or I guess I can get to 2.4 and then do that one. Zhao's mechanical fault's worsened. Do we know what it is yet, though? This is the thing.
Clipping sector 2.
Okay, clipping, I think, refers to a throttle or power issue. Or a gear change issue, I can't quite remember. Okay, but this could prove quite interesting. We were 11 seconds behind this battle. We're now only 8 seconds behind, so there might be some hope for Aerosmith to catch up to this pack by the end of the race. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath, but it is a technical possibility. Yeah, very technical possibility. For second place, the McLarens are still tooth and nail fighting, and Charles Leclerc has joined the party, so it's now a three-way battle for second place. So we'll need to see how that progresses. Track temperature is coming down by about 5 degrees now that the sun is behind the clouds. To be quite as good a screenshot as I hoped. There we go, that's a better one. Who else have we got battling? So Hülkenberg and Ocon are fighting, although Ocon is pretty well placed because he's going to the end of the race, and Hülkenberg isn't. He is going to have to stop again before the end of this race. And there's the official confirmation from the timing that we have 15 laps to go. 15 laps to go. And no safety cars. No safety cars yet. We do have a 50% chance of safety car, so that could be an interesting twist to the end of this race. I think if we were having a safety car, we would be very, very... What would we do, actually? Daniel Ricciardo is easy. He goes onto sets of softs. His strategy is easy. What would we do for Aerosmith? Like, I don't actually know what tire she has. Because we can't go onto a set of mediums. Oh, shit. We could go onto a set of hards and just fucking burn them. Or we could go onto a scuffed set of softs. That's a distinct possibility. That would give us much more tire life. She is at the end of the race, so, you know, yeah, safety car, yeah, we would definitely pit actually for Aerosmith. But Aerosmith is, Jesus Christ, she is hunting these two down. Over a second a lap to 19th and 20th place. So this gap's come to 4 seconds. It's come down since we last checked in on it. We might be a little something something in Aerosmith. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, there might be a little something something. We've actually gone overboard
Reminder, a
on
little bit of lift off when you
fuel
can.
for Ricciardo. Actually, that might be a smidgen of an issue. Oh, yellows.
And there's been quite a crash.
Okay, what's the verdict? So this is Esteban Ocon and the Haas of Magnussen? Oh, and we've seen this twice already. Oh, and he spins out. Oh, Ocon.
And while all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but watch on.
That's rough. That's a third time we have seen that accident. Doesn't look like there's any damage though on Ocon's car. Who did he hit? Oh, it was Hülkenberg that he hit. Yeah, Hülkenberg's tires are fucked. I think he's gonna be hard pressed to go to the end of the race, and Hülkenberg gets a penalty for that. So we'll see that come up. So yeah, at the conclusion of the penalty, as we've seen, actually no, I think that's a, no, actually I think it was counted as a racing incident, no? But Hulkenberg does get a penalty for this, so if he's not stopping again, I think he is stopping again, it will be a stop and go penalty. Okay, fine. Fine. So Pierre Gasly is probably going to have to peel off to the pit lane soon. Let's go back to the interval mapping. Oh yeah, this is huge. So it's gone from 19 to 14 to now it's 2 and 9. So it's still 11. It's 11. So when Gasly pits, and he is about to pit, we get past. Let's just gun it for Ricardo. Let's just give him some ERS.
Understood.
And we're going to hold on to our tire life here. The hard tires do not go down nearly as much as expected here, which is probably quite a good thing. The medium and the soft tires do, but yeah, we can definitely work with that one. Aerosmith now within 4 seconds of Kevin Magnussen, which is an interesting development. We're still rocking half a second laps faster than these two around us. Let's just, yeah. Okay. Sergio Perez has taken the fastest lap, and here we go. Hulkenberg is in the pits. Now he has to serve a 5-second penalty, so where he comes out is going to be fascinating. Because Ricardo is coming in, so yeah, we're going to get a place over Hulkenberg, which we didn't expect at all. So he has to stop here. They cannot work on the car for 5 seconds. 5 seconds they can't work on the car. Now they can work on the car. And that puts him out behind Daniel Ricciardo, behind Logan Sargent, onto a set of mediums as well. So he's going to have fresher rubber, but he is probably not going to be able to catch up in the way that we thought he might. And Pierre Gasly has hit the cliff. There's now a 5-second gap here, so yeah. So we've gained 2 positions we didn't think we were getting, which is pretty good to see. And there might still be something in the tank for Aerosmith. Towards the end of this race, we're now down to 2.5 seconds behind Kevin Magnussen. So yeah, there may definitely be a little something in the tank for the end of this race.
Battery is on the low side.
Okay, Ricardo's ran out of ERS.
Yeah.
So let's go for a little bit of top up.
Charge on.
Just a little bit of top up. Gasly's hit the cliff, so I don't think we actually need to... In fact, Gasly's dived into the pits. So that's pretty huge. So now it's an 8-second gap to Esteban Ocon, which I don't think we are going to... I don't think we're going to make. So the only potential drama remaining for the end of this race is if Albon was to somehow find his way past Russell and score a point here. He does have fresher tires, but the Mercedes, as we know, is a fast car. So yeah, I'm not necessarily sure I know that that's going to happen. We're down to 2.4 seconds. We're now down at 10 laps to go. Our fuel use calculation, so we are good for... We're definitely good for Aerosmith. So we can get down to 2.8 and be okay. So I'm happy with Aerosmith's fuel level. Ricardo is very almost within 8, but I'm not going to be able to give Ricardo any more fuel mapping. I'm only going to be able to give ERS and not. Okay. Yeah, 8.5 seconds. Ricardo is nearly a second a lap faster than Esteban Ocon, but I don't necessarily see us getting past the Yannin on that lap. He's 2/10 faster than us, so I think it's probably going to be a bit cat and mouse between Ocon and Ricardo. I don't necessarily see Ricardo getting onto the tail end of Ocon. Really curious to see how this fight goes for Aerosmith though, because we're now within 2 seconds of Kevin Magnussen. Still outside of DRS zone. Yeah, is that... Okay, here is the absolute freight train for second place. Verstappen has just ran away with this race. He is in first place, 13 seconds to the good from the McLarens, which is now a 4-way battle for second place. It was a 3-car battle. It's now a 4-car battle. So this is going to be all to fight for in the closing stages of this race with now 8 laps to go. There's a fight for 10th place, so unfortunately for us, Albon did actually catch up onto the back of Russell, and if we lose this, Russell loses this place, which he might, he's driving a very, very wounded car, then our competitors score points. And it doesn't matter whether it's Sauber or Williams, that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good. That would put them both, because I think they're 2 and 2, so I think that would put them on par with us scoring 1 point. So that's not necessarily great. Aerosmith is right onto the tail of this lot here. So we might actually be able to do a little something with this. We don't have DRS. But I'm curious if with the blue flags we might be able to freight train these two. Okay, we're just going to eat ERS until the end of the race. Fuck it. We really want to try and get past these guys. Because this would be huge for Aerosmith. How's her confidence doing? She's at her baseline confidence. So we can see how this goes. Zhao nursing his quite bad technical issue. He's going to come up here. We're going to get the DRS. If I was Aerosmith, I wouldn't get out of the way of... Okay, that's unfortunate for Aerosmith. So she's going to let them pass. Hopefully this allows us to keep on to the end of this train. And then allow us to get past. We'll need to see how this pans out. So we can see they are being blue flagged. Come on, Aerosmith, follow them through. No, we had a pretty shit run out of it. So we couldn't follow them through, but we are side by side with Zhao. Zhao does have the DRS as well, so that is going to nullify that advantage. Aerosmith thinks about a line down the inside, almost makes that work, but couldn't get alongside. We're going to try again. Going down the inside line, we got that one work quite nicely. Now there's a chance of contact here. Have to be really careful with this. We've seen all of the contacts in the race happen at this corner, but we do find a way past Zhao Ganyu to get up into 20th place, which means for the first time since the very beginning of this race, both of our drivers are now in the, well, not in the points, I was about to say in the points, but both of our drivers are now in their target range for getting extra money. This will net us nearly $750,000, and actually Aerosmith gets past Magnussen, which is huge. I didn't expect her to do it so quickly. I was actually looking somewhere else on the screen entirely, and I missed it. So let's take a little look-see and see how that happened.
We should be able to take a look here. Now we're down at turn 9.
Yay!
It's certainly inviting.
Yeah, so that's the tail end of the first DRS zone. We get past into 19th place for Raven Aerosmith.
Into 19th.
So she goes up into 19th place. Huge. Absolutely massive. Ocon there had a really bad lap, so we've gained 2 seconds again, so the gap's back to where it was, but I'm not necessarily seeing a world where it happens, where this happens. We have 28 seconds into Pierre Gasly in front of us, so I don't see a world where we get any more advancement from Aerosmith, but even holding on to 20th is good for me. So we're just going to keep eating this ERS and see what happens. We're in the closing stages of this race, so let's just deploy ERS for Daniel Ricciardo.
Yep, understood.
And I think we're actually almost... Has he been lapped twice? No, Ricciardo hasn't been lapped twice, and I don't think he's going to get lapped twice. So, fine. I'm happy for the fuel mapping for Daniel Ricciardo. I ideally want this to be 1.2, but anything under 1.4 is fine, which it will be by the end of this race. So, let's see what we cooking we can do for Ricardo. Hulkenberg's got much newer tires. I gotta be honest with you, that scares me a little bit. That really does scare me a little bit. I think if Hulkenberg gets into DRS range, I'm going to just eat our fucking tires. I'm going to eat our tires and try and keep Daniel Ricciardo ahead. Meanwhile, the battle between the McLarens has been going on for 65 whole ass laps at the moment, and it's still going on with no clear victor decided yet, and this is probably going to be decided at the line. Esteban Ocon picked up more damage? Okay. Not sure how, but Esteban Ocon's apparently picked up more damage. Perez, who was our pole position man, is still trying to hold on to the second place battle. He does have the freshest tyres out of this four-way battle for second place, and he does have the fastest lap, but I'm not really sure what advantage we are going to see. If there's going to be any changes of position at all. Further back we do have this Albon. Oh, so okay, so both of these cars got passed. Fine, okay, I actually missed that one. So both Bottas and Albon got in front of George Russell, and so Sauber are going to be equal with us in the championship.
6 more laps.
By getting this point. So that's not necessarily great. Not necessarily great for us. I suppose the only saving grace could potentially be if Iwasa could overtake Russell and overtake Albon and Bottas, but I think with 3 laps to go, that's probably a tall order. Hulkenberg is now quite close to the tail end of our car. And this scares me a little bit because he could overtake us here. No points in it. But I think we're in 3 laps to go territory. I think. Where's this one? Yeah, I think we're 3 laps to go. I think we just go aggressive tire usage.
Head down now.
Let's burn these tires as much as we can. Hulkenberg does come in behind. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So Hulkenberg with his newer tires, Hulkenberg with his softer tires finds an easy way past Daniel Ricciardo using the DRS. It's going to be game on Daniel Ricciardo to try and hunt him down. So we've given him tire life. We have given him ERS. We'll have to see if he can keep up. But as it stands, he can't. We're coming into the DRS zone now, and he's already outside of the DRS range. So I think something monumental is going to happen to Hulkenberg.
Okay, so in front of you is Hulkenberg.
Yeah, okay.
Just head down.
Oh no, okay, Hulkenberg had a bad run there. Hulkenberg had a really bad run there. So we're outside of DRS range, so there's... I don't... Oh, I thought there was a lock up there. Fine. I'm just gonna preserve our ERS for Aerosmith. I don't see any point in really doing anything. I don't think Magnussen's gonna catch us up. Yeah, the more you use your ERS, the more it wears. So let's keep a hold of that if we can. Right, fine. Yeah, Daniel Ricciardo. He's just so far gone. He is so far gone.
4 more.
Let's just keep a hold of those tires. Let's just keep our footing. You never know what happens.
Okay, gotcha.
You never know what happens.
Open the gap.
Oh, Lando Norris has picked up a mechanical fault. Wow, okay. So this has all changed. So Perez has gone from 4th place into 2nd. The McLarens have finally been separated by Charles Leclerc, and Lando Norris has picked up a mechanical issue for the 2nd race in a row. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So there is still one McLaren on the top, on the steps of the podium in Oscar Piastri.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, at this point we just need Daniel Ricciardo to keep her ahead of Gasly. That's kind of our only saving grace here at the minute. So we're just going to keep using fuel, we're going to keep using ERS, and see what comes of it. I think because of the nature of the pit stops, nobody's really going to particularly hit the cliff. Verstappen's lead has come down because it was 13 seconds at one point or another. It's now come down to only 7.2. But Piastri really wants that second place back from Perez. But can he do it? This is going to be the question. He does have the DRS open for the double DRS zone, as does the Ferrari. Ferrari is really far back though, but Piastri isn't. He is right on the tail of Perez. Doesn't attempt to move. Did I just see some spots of rain? God, that would have been a game changer if it started raining. Oh, Piastri's thinking about a late launch down the inside line. Max Verstappen is on his final lap, and he is slowing down considerably. Perez is, taking over a second and a half per lap out of Max Verstappen. But thankfully, all Verstappen has to do is manage the gap. So the leaders are now on the final lap of this here automobile race. Let's watch this battle for second place between the three cars of Perez, Piastri and Leclerc. Can the McLaren, which spent so long in the second place slot, get himself back there? Running out of places to do it, because Max Verstappen is coming onto the DRS zone for the final time.
Yeah, understood.
Oh, and Gasly's actually caught onto the back of us. That might be a problem for us. So here we go. For the final time, Piastri tries the inside line. It doesn't work. Perez blocks it off. Can he get a better run? The DRS opens again, and the checkered flag flies. Verstappen over the line. Perez is going to hold on to second. Piastri is going to take third with
Max
Leclerc in
Verstappen
fourth.
over the finish line, and today's winner.
Norris will take 5th place, and Sainz will take 6th. Let's see. Fernando Alonso is in 7th. And he is absolutely on his own. So Aerosmith does take 18th place, which is good. I'm trying to watch this gap between between Ricciardo and Pierre Gasly. So Gasly does have the DRS zone here, so this is going to be a scramble to the line for Ricciardo to hold on to the 16th place. We'll see this one. So Gasly isn't able to make a pass. He's going to have one last stab at it. It's going to be a neck and neck run to the line. It's going to be so close. But Ricciardo takes a checkered flag in 16th
Okay, we
place.
take the flag.
And there it is. The checkered flag for everyone except Hamilton, who is going to cross the line momentarily. So no points for us today, and one of our competitors does get points to go equal with us. But still not a bad race for Hibble F1.
And that's another race done for Fernando Alonso.
7th place at the end of that one, and some points for the team.
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
4 superb wins to their name now this year, and it's been a pleasure watching them drive.
Plenty of smiles for the cameras as the drivers can let off some steam here in Montreal.
I was like, why is there no 3rd place person? Who's just like really far over the other side.
Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't.
Okay,
I think
you
their
gave
main
us the same
target
line.
now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that's it for this weekend's F1 action here in Montreal.
Formula One will be back to Europe for the next round, on the shores of the Mediterranean, with some heated competition to look forward to in Spain.
Alrighty. So Max Verstappen gained 3 places to take victory in this race. No safety cars. Our only retirement was Lance Stroll after the damage caused by that very first collision that we saw. At Team Potato end of the grid, Daniel Ricciardo gained 3 places to take 16th place, and Raven Aerosmith gained 2 places to take 19th place. So Definitely not too bad from our point of view. Looking at the Drivers' World Championship, Max Verstappen now moves into the lead of the Drivers' World Championship. Now 6 points to the good over Charles Leclerc, and that is going to extend Red Bull's lead at the top of the Constructors' World Championship. Oh! Okay, actually that was quite good because Sauber only had 1 point. I had it in my head that it was Alpine that only had 1 point, and it was Williams and Sauber that had 2. So actually that was probably the best possible outcome to that scenario. So Sauber remain in 10th place in the championship, and we remain in 7th, which is quite important. Turning our attention now to the fastest pit stop championship, we were nowhere close. Yeah, we weren't even remotely close. So yeah, lots of changes, but we remain at the bottom. And yeah, that was a catastrophic failure from our pit stop. 7 seconds, and it was the car release that got us. It was a car release that got us there. Cool. So we have something else that we need to work on. Both of our drivers met and bet their race targets, so that took us to, well, that takes us to just shy of £700,000 as a race bonus. So that is pretty good for us. And next up is going to be Spain. Oh, pardon me. So this is going to bring us now to the end of today's stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a save real quick. So let's throw in a new save. Got the hiccups. And let's go ahead and find somebody to go and perform one of them raids on, shall we? Actually, before I forget, let me just move myself back to the Hibble. Ah, who have I raided recently? Let's see. Let's see. Here's around. Fine. So just while I'm trying to find somebody who to go and raid, just as a little bit of a heads up, I go back to work after this, so this is going to be the last stream for, let's see, so I'm going to be working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so we'll probably be back either Monday the 21st or Tuesday the 22nd is when I'm thinking I might be back. So we'll need to, yeah, so that's probably when I'll be seeing you. Right, let's see. Okay, everyone, I don't know what's going on. Everyone tagged in playing Formula 1 Manager is actually playing different games. So since everyone's playing different games anyway, what we'll do is we're gonna go for a raid on a good streamer friend of mine called Rectum, who we always seem to end up raiding after our Formula 1 Manager streams, very possibly because they go on for you know, a long time. They are my longest streams that I do at the minute. I used to do much longer streams, but yeah, we're gonna go show Rectum some love and support as she plays Date Everything. Yeah, so I'm gonna be back on Monday or Tuesday next week. For just now, though, we've had some pretty good race performances. Really good day on our little virtual Formula 1 team. Yeah, looking forward to the next time that we come back to play this. But for just now, I am going to say thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Oh, okay. All the dead bodies dropping to the floor. Oh my god, I fucking shat myself. I don't even want to see what my facial expression was like. I was like, what is that noise? Why is my everything exploding? we're gonna balance things, because, you know, ooh, that is a good quality PP right there. God damn. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just drop this. Because at the end of the day,
Why is it? Why did it just start thinking of a fucking wall again? Oh fuck! Ah, shit! Right in the wing. Okay, if I can keep. Oh, well, that's a problem. Okay, GG, it's over.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ!
fuck's sake, fudge!
His knees didn't know what hit him.
He's dead, isn't he?
Thank you.
You just missed him. But that's a flaw that I actually never appreciated. Oh well. I guess you guys have all paid for a very valuable lesson for me.
I'm never redeeming that again.
Come cannon! Fucking die! Please die to my cum cannon! Fuck you! I'm in danger, come on, please don't back here. No! We were so close! Cause of death using the cum cannon! That is... Nightbot has never accidentally timed something as fucking comedy perfection as that! I'm sorry! That is the funniest shit I've ever seen! Oh no! Oh god. Oh, my sides hurt.
Where were you?
He's at the back, right at the end of the road.
Fucking team.